Sports camp was a ball. You get it? Ball, basketball, soccer. If you thought that was funny, yeah, I did too. Yep. This is my second time speaking at sports camp, and it was a ball, as I mentioned. Thank you, Neighborhood Church, for partnering with me to help teach kids. Now, this year's theme was Trust God No Matter What. Trust God no matter what. So this year we taught Bible stories from the life of Gideon, the life of Job, and it was really good to help kids understand is how important it is to trust God no matter what. Because that's a lesson even adults need to be reminded of, that we can trust God. God is worthy of our faith for salvation, but also for our entire lives. There's so much I can share with you from sports camp, but I'm going to share 3 quick things with you really quick to help you get a glimpse of what happened. Number 1, each day I shared a memory verse with the kids. And not only did I share it with them, but I shared it with their parents. I came in the studio and I created videos of the memory verses, teaching the memory verse just like I would teach it with the kids. But I encourage the kids every day to go home with their parents and watch the memory verses. And if their parents learned the verse and came on Friday and shared the verse with the kids, they get a special prize. I was giving away Hello, Mr. Brown, Proclaim Ministry wristbands to kids who knew the verses and families knew the verses. Well, on Friday, a kid came up to me on the playground and introduced me to his mom. I gave him his wristband, and the mom came over and said, you know what? Every night, my son brought the laptop to me and said, we gotta learn these verses. And that's amazing to me because I want parents to be engaged with what their kids are learning. And so through that, we created a new website called proclaimparents.com. Well, the website's not quite done yet, but we do have some material on the webpage, proclaimparents.com. Check it out. We want to be able to help parents, equip parents to help bring the conversation home. On that page, you can sign up for a series I'm coming up with called Helping Your Kids Grow in Their Walk with God, or their relationship with God. So check that out. So that's one thing that was really encouraging me, that kids were actually going home with their parents and learning the memory verses. Number 2, a little girl answered a question in a great way. She gave the best answer to the question, what are you afraid of, I've ever heard in my life. I asked the question on day 2 when we talked about Gideon, and I was asking, what are you afraid of? And kids were saying snakes and different things. This little girl raised her hand and said, I'm afraid of sin. And I thought, that's an excellent answer. We should be afraid of sin because sin devastates our lives. Sin takes you further than you want to go. It overpromises and underdelivers. And we should be afraid of sin. Now, as believers, understanding that one of the things that happen when we trust Christ is that we are free from the power of sin through Christ. Those in Christ are free from sin, Romans chapter 6. So we are that, but she needs to learn how important it is to stay away from sin because sin wants to wreak havoc on our lives. So I thought that was one of the greatest answers to the question, what are you afraid of? She said sin. Number 3, a lot of ministries evaluate their success based on how many people get saved through one of their outreaches. I've done it before too. 12 kids got saved, 15 kids got saved. And so we think we're successful, and we can be. God works, and God chooses to work that week, the week before, week after. I believe this, that some plant, some water, but God gives the increase. So this week, only 1 kid came up to me and told me that they got saved. And that was on Friday during a family event. We had the families, the teenagers, the kids all together, and I shared a message with them and reviewed what we learned that week. I gave a gospel presentation, gave a gospel invitation. One girl actually came up and talked to one of the counselors. He brought her to me, and we talked afterwards. And I was excited for her that she trusted Christ as her Savior. But I was even more excited that her dad was right there with her, and we had a conversation together. And he said to me, you know what, you were right. As parents, sometimes when kids grow up in church, we never have a conversation with them about whether or not they're saved. So apparently he never asked his daughter was she saved or not. And so this day she trusted Christ as her Savior. So, they had been watering that seed a long time ago, but God gave the increase this day, the day she got saved. And I was really excited to hear that. But not so excited that I'd be like, oh, great, she's saved. But more like, hey, I want to welcome you to the family, but I want to encourage you to dig deep, to swim deep, to start learning more about what it means to be saved. Learn about salvation and redemption and reconciliation and adoption, because that will help you grow in your understanding of what you have as a believer. I'm going to talk more about that later in another post, but I think it's so important that we dig deep or dive deep into what it is we have in salvation, because once we understand that changes everything. So that was amazing. This young lady received Christ as Savior. So the week was really great. I look forward to maybe coming back the following year, but this year was great at sports camp. It was a ball. And I want to thank you all. Last thing, I want to thank you all who prayed for me. I send out a prayer text every time I get ready to speak. If you haven't signed up for it, you can sign up at proclaimministries.com/text, and you receive a simple text message saying, hey, I'll be speaking this time, please pray. So thank you all who pray for me. I really do appreciate your ministry because you are serving with me. You're going along with me as we go and reach kids and help them grow in their relationship with God. So thanks so much. Check out more. If you want to get our monthly report, actually our bi-monthly report called the Proclaim Report, visit proclaimministry.com/email list. You can sign up there and you'll get an email on the 1st and 15th of every month so you can stay updated to what's going on. You can also check back on this blog or the news section of proclaimministries.com to find out more videos. But thank you guys for praying. Thank you for being a part of this ministry.